It's Friday Junior, baby. It's Thursday. And I got work to do, but when is that different? When is that not the case? When do we not have work to do? You know what I'm saying? We got a couple of things to go over today. A lot of fun things for certain. Because politically ain't nothing going on for real except Donald Trump owning the Republican Party. Mass shootings happening every time you look to the left and then look to the right. And not a goddamn thing being passed in Congress. You know, we got the stuff going on in Tennessee. You feel me? But essentially, we're just in a big political deadlock right now. Lame duck session. Ain't nothing popping. So we're going to load this up, and then we're going to get into today's stories. Man, I got to get some more tree. This is my last hit till I get some shit later on. Woo! All right, let's see what we're going to start off with today. What are we going to start with today? Let's see. I know exactly what we're going to start off with today. And it's quite simple. It's quite simple. Don't nothing else need to be said. Tim Scott has no shot at becoming president. And we did a whole segment on Tim Scott yesterday, so it really ain't nothing else to put forth. I just thought that this was hilarious. You know what I'm saying? Because it is the hard, honest truth. That boy Tim Scott ain't got nothing going for him in the Republican Party in terms of becoming president. But let's go ahead and take this hit and get into today's stories. All right, here we go. It's always so sad when you got like one hit of weed left. It's like, oh, now I gotta buy more. I always get my first hit of the day in on this stream. My first hit of the day, you know what I'm saying? Bringing the friendly vibes. Now, as I stated before, yesterday, we talked about Tim Scott for 30, 40 minutes. We talked about Tim Scott longer than I expected that we was going to talk about Tim Scott because there really ain't nothing to say about Tim Scott. So, all that really need to be said further about my man is this. Tim Scott has no shot at being president. Everyone knows it. Your first cardinal sin is being black in the Republican Party. That already ruined it for you. Your second cardinal sin is being an incredibly uncharismatic and boring man. Your third cardinal sin is maybe this shit. I'm not putting these in any particular order, but my man's third cardinal sin is his policy positions are fucking horrible. He thinks that the Affordable Care Act is a step too far. So as mentioned before, there's really no more need be said about Tim Scott and his presidential chances. And he knows that he ain't gonna win either. But as mentioned, it really can't hurt him in terms of his career. Like it's really not gonna hurt him. So now, most of the stuff that we're going over today is pretty funny. But let me see, because we like to get the politics out of the way first and foremost. Now let's go into this. I saw this one. Oh, okay, here we go. All these damn ads. They got to make their money somehow. Parents are sacrificing retirement savings to set their Gen Z and millennial kids up for success, and it's creating a vicious cycle. Galvatron, my brother, what up? I'm thinking we about to go over this article because I looked at it on my phone through this app called Smart News to let you go on. But apparently, we're not going to be reading this article because I'm not buying a subscription for a website that I seldom frequent. So, and I think as well, this is something that we're pretty well familiar with too. So, moving on. Now, this shit, goddamn, that hit I took a few minutes ago hit me in the soul. Now, let's see where we at. Now, this is some shit from my home state of Missouri, right? This is some weird bullshit right here. It's a video of this too. A Missouri lawmaker defended child marriage, saying kids he knows who got married at age 12 are still married. Now, what the fuck type of backwoods bullshit is this? And I am from the state of Missouri, so this ain't too surprising. Look at it. He looked like a motherfucker who would say some shit like this, don't he? Like, my name's Bert. I don't know what his name's Mike something, I think, but he looked like his name is Bert. You know what I'm saying? What up, Luke? Appreciate you for being here. We put on a show. We have a good time, no matter how many people show up. You know what I'm saying? It's a chill vibes here on this stream. That's what these morning streams are all about. But yeah, this dude tripping, and it's actually a video here. Like, so let's watch this video, and then we'll go ahead and read what else has to be said. This bullshit, man.
I've heard you talk about parents' rights to raise their kids how they want. In fact, I just double checked. You voted no on making it illegal for kids to be married to adults at the age of 12 if their parents consented to it. You said actually that should be the law because it's the parents' right and the kids' right to decide what's best for them to be raped by an adult. Okay?
Do you know any kids who have been
With
married
marriage.
at age 12?
That was the law. You voted not to change it.
Do you know any kids who have been married at age 12?
I don't need to.
I do. And guess what? They're still married.
Gentlemen.
I do. And guess what? He says that like he knows more than one or two people who that's the case for. Who the fuck knows? Like, oh yeah, I know plenty of people who got married at 12. Like, and again, the thing is like he's dead serious. Like, motherfuckers like this be finding their way into office, man. People like this be in office. Like, how the hell did this man sneak in office? This dude, unashamed, with no shame, said, how many people do you know got married at 12? Like, bruh, that's not a common thing. That shit doesn't fucking happen. Yeah, he do look like a motherfucker who would say some shit like that. Missouri State Senator Mike Moon. Mike Moon. That's like, oh Jesus, he does. He definitely looked like his name, Mike Moon or Bert or some shit. Like, he ain't got no middle or last name. It's just Bert. Missouri State Senator Mike Moon defended child marriage on Tuesday, touting the apparently successful marriage of people he knows who got married when they were 12. The Republican made the comments during a debate on a bill he introduced that would ban gender-affirming care for transgender youth in the state. Video of the exchange showed Democratic State Rep Peter Meredith confronting Moon over past comments he made about parents' rights to make decisions concerning their own children. You voted no on making it illegal for kids to be married. Well, we just watched the video. Is there anything else that's said in the article? Moon did not immediately respond, and we'll watch the video again in a sec. Moon did not immediately respond to Insider's request for comment, but defended his statement on Twitter. He wrote that the backstory was missing, explaining a 12-year-old impregnated a minor of similar age. What? How does that make it better? The fuck? And that also, That also, too, in terms of what he said on the bill, is that adults should be able to marry 12-year-olds if their parents consent to it. So it's like you're incapable of making that exchange that was recorded, that's perpetually online now. You're completely incapable of erasing that. It's here forever. With consent of the parents, they married and are still married today, he said, adding, their marriage is thriving. So again, because of this one person, this one motherfucker that he knows. I know one person or one couple where this is the case. Therefore, we should allow this to just be completely unambiguous in the law. Like, bro, people be fucked up, man. People be crazy out here. The Springfield News, Springfield, Missouri. Yeah. Yeah, I'm quite familiar with Springfield. Springfield's like 3.5 hours away from St. Louis, where I grew up. And it's definitely a bumpkin town. In 2018, the Missouri legislature passed a bill raising the state's minimum marriage age from 15 to 16, with teens under 18 requiring parental consent. Moon voted against the bill, claiming he knew a couple who had been married since they were 12, according to the outlet. And again, like how fucking pea brain is that? I know one incidence where this is like, oh. Let's watch the video one more time.
I've heard you talk about parents' rights to raise their kids how they want. In fact, I just double checked. You voted no on making it illegal for kids to be married to adults at the age of 12 if their parents consented to it. You said actually that should be the law because it's the parents' right and the kids' right to decide what's best for them to be raped by an adult. Okay?
Do you know any kids who have been
With
married
marriage.
at age 12?
That was the law.
do you know
You
any
voted
kids-
not to change it.
Do you know any kids who have been married at age 12?
I don't need to.
I do. And guess what? They're still married.
Gentlemen,
And then again, like it's the law that he voted on was parental consent for adults to marry 12 people as young as 12. And then in this exchange, he said, you know how many 12-year-olds there are who get married? He said that as if like well, not only did he say it as if there's a ton of 12-year-olds who get married out here, but he said it as if he knows a ton of 12-year-olds who get married out here. And then he goes on to defend himself by saying, I know of one instance where this happened. Like, if that ain't some fucking Missouri shit, that, and again, I'm from Missouri. That is definitely some Missouri shit. Like, what the fuck? You didn't like you. You didn't even attempt to defend what you said, and it's not like you really can. But again, like he didn't even attempt to. Now, low key, this is some legendary shit right here. I saw this headline, and I was like, yeah, I saw. I didn't. I've just been seeing a bunch of headlines, and I've been seeing people talk about it. But oh, my man Kyle, what's popping? My man's Kyle. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna hit you up. We're gonna get some shit shaking. But yeah, nah, man. I've seen stuff here and there with the Dalai Lama. Apparently, he had some little boy suck his tongue or some bullshit like that. I didn't like click on any of the stories. I kind of got the gist as I've been seeing like headline after headline. But yeah, I saw that, and again, I didn't look deep into it, but it's not surprising, and it's not surprising because everybody's a human being, and people be weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you know, a lot of the reason why you see this type of shit in like the Catholic Church is because they're supposed to be held up to this standard where they're not really, you know, technically allowed to explore their sexuality. So then you just get a whole bunch of shit that's held in and it gets let out in a bunch of weird, sick ways. So it's not surprising that somebody, the Dalai Lama, the man who's supposed to be, you know, like the purest man on earth, who has all this wisdom and stuff like that, he's still a person. So, like, I mean, like the life of celibacy and all that shit, like, you know, so that's not surprising. Ugh, Jesus. But nah, yeah, that was and then I saw too, like apparently some people was trying to defend it, like saying, oh, that's like a Tibetan, that's just like some Tibetan culture shit. Like, huh? Having children suck on your tongue? Like, what the fuck? Nah, that's some weird shit. That's what that is. Now we're gonna go over this because this low key is legendary right here, right? Florida man broke into police department, stole equipment, took shower, and more while evading detection. I mean, again, this is low key some legendary shit. Like, and also too, like, if it doesn't show the overall ineptitude of law enforcement in this country, how the hell did this? Well, let's read and let's read and find out exactly what happened. Like, I mean, again, it's like the drunken style, like the drunken fist. Like you're completely incoherent and belligerent, but somehow you dodging all the punches and hitting them at the pressure points at the exact right timing. That's what this man did. It was like all the lasers and shit, like in a spy movie. Like he was fucking drunken fist dodging them fucking lasers, like pew 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 pew, pew, you know what I'm saying? They probably just seen his ass on camera type shit. Right. They just didn't want to deal with it. They was right. They just didn't want to deal with the shit. It was like, pass me the donuts. Oh shit, yep. And this is another one to add to the Florida Files because I got a playlist called the Florida Files for things just like this. Oh shit, my bad. Let me bring this back up. In a case that's perplexing local authorities, a drunk man was arrested after breaking into the Naples Police Department in Florida and causing havoc entirely undetected. In Naples, Florida, a wild story unfolded after a man reportedly gained access to a police station and caused chaos. Joseph Moulton, 36. Oh, so he's a fairly young man, too. Fairly young man. He's got a decent amount of time ahead of him if he keeps his health together. Was captured on security camera jumping a fence and then waiting inside an unlocked beach patrol car. Oh, well, there you go. It's unlocked. We're the police. Ain't nobody gonna get in here. Well, there you go. This is like an audit. This is like an unofficial audit that they didn't even know that they needed. That's what happened. Okay, so after a few minutes, he was seen making his way to the entrance of the police station. According to the arrest report, Moulton was able to crack the code with a forceful pull at the door. He just yanked it open. What's the code? Strength, manhood, masculinity. That's the code, bitch. Open the door. Once inside, reports say that Moulton went on a brazen spree of property damage and stealing. No, this is exciting. This is quite riveting. I'm not yet upset with this man. I've yet to become frustrated with this guy. Let's continue. Okay, he allegedly forced the nozzle of a water hose under a door, then turned it on, causing around an causing around an inch of flooding. Reportedly, reportedly, he then made his way into the men's locker room, took a shower, and outfitted himself in new clothing. Right, drunk strength. This dude is on drunk strength and drunk confidence. You know, it's things like this that show you that anything in life is possible. You get inspiration from the most random things, like, and it's shit like this that just goes to show for the good or for the bad, if you put your mind to something, you probably gonna do it. You feel me? You probably can make it happen as long as it like is within the laws of physics type shit. You probably can make something out of yourself. And again, it's from the most, the most random sources that you get this kind of motivation. Arrest records say that he stole a uniform shirt. Oh, my man's was, oh, he was going, yo, he got to be crazy too. Cause I ain't never been this drunk to where all my alarms would be going off like, what are you doing? Green tactical pants. So he stole a uniform shirt, green tactical pants, a cap, and bulletproof vest worth around $900. Allegedly, he also threw a police radio into the toilet and defecated on the women's bathroom floor. Yo, this dude. Yo, this shit is funny as hell. This dude did everything imaginable to this police department. Probably went around and busted a nut on some shit. They just didn't want to say that. They just ain't want to say that shit. Jacked off onto a bunch of cops' badges. This dude did fucking everything he possibly could think of. Dude took his shit on the floor, stole their clothes, flooded the floor with an inch worth of water. Goddamn. What did he do? He threw a police radio in the toilet. Right. Again, I have yet to be upset with this dude. Not once. Not once has there been an inkling of anger in my body from this guy. Like this is some shit I'll never do in my life. You feel me? So it's like you gotta respect it. Police were entirely unaware of the incident as it was occurring in the station 2 hours after Moulton had come and gone. This dude left. Police finally realized what had happened. This dude came, saw, conquered, and got the fuck out of Dodge. This dude is a legend. And he got away. If it wasn't no cameras, then he would never get caught. Okay, so where we at? Moulton was tracked down to a local 7-Eleven after an employee called the station about a suspicious character wearing a deputy's jacket. He pulled up to the 7-Eleven and tried to get a discount on the coffee, tried to get a fucking police discount. Like, bro, what the hell? Why you got on this mismatched outfit? This is funny as hell. When police arrived at the scene, he was reportedly found hiding in the bushes. Hiding in the bushes, shirtless. Moulton admitted to being under the influence, but said he did not recall his actions. He is being charged with grand theft and 2 counts of burglary. Right. They didn't notice that the jizz on their badges. I mean, hey, I mean, this dude, it didn't, if nothing else, if you get nothing else from this story, take away the inspiration that you are here for a purpose. And God or the universe or the energy field or whatever the hell it is that you want to call it did not put you here for no reason. You can overcome. You can conquer your obstacles and you can achieve. Take it from this drunk Florida man. The case is still under investigation. God damn, my allergies are going crazy. With particular attention being drawn to the ease with which Moulton was able to access secure police facilities. The Naples Police Department has declined to comment to numerous outlets. Yeah, I bet y'all did decline to fucking Libby in the building. I bet y'all did. They not gonna comment on this. This is embarrassing as hell. This dude, man, somebody had to have spiked this dude's drink with something, cause I ain't never been this damn drunk. What up, Ruby? I ain't never been this damn drunk. This dude broke into, man. But again, legend. At no instance was I upset with this man. Free this dude, man. Get him into some type of Alcoholics Anonymous program. Get him on some type of detox schedule, and free this dude. This dude broke into a police station by simply pulling on the door hard enough. He couldn't crack the code, so he just used his man strength, his drunk man strength, and opened the door. He went inside. He stole a shirt, a bulletproof vest, tactical pants or a tactical jacket or some shit, I believe they said. He threw a police radio into the toilet. He took a shit on the women's bathroom floor. And he left. And this motherfucker left. And he left. And he got out. And the only reason he got caught, well, they probably would have caught him eventually because of, cameras and shit. Who knows? But the only reason he got caught is because this dude went to the 7-Eleven with a police jacket on. Yeah, nah, man. Legendary status. Like, again, how can you even be that mad at this? Now let's look at this video. You got to be careful, man. You really got to be careful. Karen gets out of car to argue with Chick-fil-A employee. Didn't put the car in brake, and the car rolled into the street. Now this is like Chick-fil-A employees be cool as hell. I mean, at least every Chick-fil-A, well, except for Chick-fil-A's I've been to in the mall. I don't know. I've been Chick-fil-A employees typically be pretty cool. So I don't know what the hell was going on with this woman, but this shit is funny as hell. Let's watch.
Get your car. Get your car. You understand? This is why we're concerned, ma'am. Wow. I think we need to call the police. Oh, God. Please stop.
Y'all see her
Oh, my
shit?
God. Hurry. Get your car. Get your car. You understand? This is why we're concerned, ma'am. Wow. I think we need to call the police. Oh, God. Please tell her to stop. Oh, my God. Tell her to get away from the car.
What was you getting out of the?
Hey, y'all come back.
I can't spell either. It's all good. Luckily, we live in modern times. So if it's ever important, you know, like the phone or the computer gonna be like, we gonna idiot proof this shit real quick because I can't spell either. So you're not alone. My question is, what the hell was you getting out the car for? You in the damn with like what you're in the drive-through, you're at the window. What you getting out the car for? Let's watch this one more time.
Get your car. Get your car. You understand? This is why we're concerned, ma'am.
Oh, my bad. Y'all looking at me.
Get your car. Get your car. You understand? This is why we're concerned, ma'am.
Hold on. I'm trying to rewind. Okay, so she tried to get out of the car. She was relatively far away. Yeah, she was relatively far away. I don't know what the hell she was doing though. But see, this is what acting in anger. This is what can happen.
Get your car. Get your car. You understand?
Already said, ma'am, this is why we're worried. You're losing your fucking mind.
This is why we're concerned, ma'am. Wow. I think we need to call the police. Oh, God. Please tell her to stop. Oh, my God. Tell her to get...
Yo, but she had to be relatively, and then it rolled over a tree and down the hill. Yeah, nah, she had to have been high or incredibly upset to get out of the car like that without putting it into brake. Because to do something like that, you have to be like in fight or flight mode for real, like you ready to go. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, you know, this is what can happen. One more time.
Get your car. You understand? This is why we're concerned, ma'am. Wow. I think we need to call the police.
Down the hill it goes.
Please tell her to stop. Oh my God. Tell her to get away from the car. Hey, y'all come back.
Bruh, that is fucking hilarious. And you know, her car probably got some damages too, because it went down a little hill, so it probably was like boom, boom. I was like boom, boom type shit. You know how that shit goes. Woo! That's gonna cost. Man, it'd be some bullshit, man. Cars, anytime anything go wrong with a car, you can guarantee, oh, it's probably gonna be a good $800 at least. Like anytime something significant needs to happen, oh, that'll be $800. That'll be $900. That'll be, $500. You get some shit like that, you're dealing with some minor shit. Should be costing. Okay, what does this say? The employee. Okay, I'm trying to see if they like explained what the problem was. It does not. It does not say. Right, she forgot what was going on. She forgot what was going on the whole time. All right, now what's your let me see, what is this? Now we're gonna look at stupid bullshit that costs too much money. That should be a whole segment, like verbatim. Stupid bullshit that costs too much money. Like we're not gonna make it professional. We're not gonna try to make the words sound better. We're not gonna no, it's just stupid bullshit that costs too much money. And this is one of those things. Oh shit, well there you go. Well in the shit in the UK, if that's the case, then y'all have y'all your cars have been Karen proofed, but you know in America we slow over here. We just about big brute strength and masculinity, and we got all the bombs. You know what I'm saying? We'll bomb everybody off the face of the earth. That's really the only reason why we've been so powerful and strong. But the rest of the world is catching up because you know we're no longer the biggest bully in the room anymore. There's other big bullies on the block now, and not even just big bullies, but you know just more seriously uh European nations and countries in South America, nations in Africa have caught up just as a result of good policies. You know what I'm saying? Like just putting forth good policies that make sense, that support the working class, that make it more possible for people to climb the social ladder, stuff like that. But in America, it's just that's what America's all about. God damn it. All right, so let's check out again stupid bullshit that costs too much money. Nita, the wife of Asia's richest man, Mukesh Ambani, gifted her daughter-in-law the most expensive necklace in the world, the $55 million Lincomparable. I'm too broke to fucking know how to say this. I don't know how to. It looks like it just says uncomparable ill, but this shit is beyond me. I'm a fucking broke ass peasant, so I'm struggling here. It has 200 carats of diamonds and a centerpiece yellow diamond that weighs a whopping 407 carats. Why the fuck does this cost $55 million? Human beings are so interesting. Like the value that we put on things for much of no reason. This shit costs $55 million. And it ain't shit but a bunch of rocks. Why? Why? And the only reason it's worth this much is because someone has paid around that much for it, roughly. You know what I'm saying? And it's so rare. It's such a rare piece, but it's like, it's just a bunch of fucking rocks. Like, this shit. Legendary diamond necklace. All right, let's see what it says. Indian billionaires Mukesh and Nita Ambani aren't the only members living in a home that is almost twice as tall as Big Ben. The exceptional Ambani residence and Antilia is a $4.6 billion 27-story skyscraper wonder that houses an. Oh, I think I heard of that shit like somebody who basically lives like in an entire skyscraper to themselves. Ambani, or at least that's their home. $55 million necklace. And honestly, I don't really give a fuck to read all the rest of this because who gives a shit? We're just covering things that cost way too much goddamn money. Like, what? $55 million. Okay. Right. Now, what we have one more in the Rolodex for dumb bullshit that costs too much money. One more in the Rolodex, and that is this Rolex watch. And Rolexes are fucking ugly. I mean, I guess it's just my opinion, but I've always thought Rolexes are incredibly basic, ugly ass watches. Like, well, it's about the prestige. What the fuck is this? This looks like the most fucking Boy Scout ass. Oh, this watch lines up with the poles. Like, what? This watch costs $2.2 million. Why? Because it's a Rolex and it was handcrafted with perfection. And like, it's an ugly ass watch. Motherfuckers don't even look at their watches to check the time no more. You know, I mean, hey, if you wear Rolexes, that's cool, that's fine, that's do your thing. But you come around me with a Rolex on and show it to me in such a way that I'm supposed to worship you or think highly of you, I'm probably gonna make fun of your ass to tell you the truth. Like, oh, look at this, and be like, that ugly ass watch. How much you pay? How much you pay for that to boost your ego? I swear, you know, because I wouldn't say that if you just had it on, but if you showed it to me, like, look at this, I'd be like, bro, that's ugly as fuck. How much did that cost? Like $5,000, just so you can walk around and be like, I have a Rolex. My man sigh. A very special and ultra rare Rolex is soon going to cross the auction block, which can sell for up to $2.2 million. The highly desirable timepiece is a one of a kind Rolex Yachtmaster that was originally owned by the Swiss watch brand's former CEO Patrick Heinegger. The Heinegger family led the Rolex brand for more than had more than half a century. His father was a close friend of Rolex's founder Hans Wilsdorf and eventually took over the company as the director general de Rolex, the directeur, not director, directeur. Bruh, that watch is so ugly. That looks like a fucking Swiss watch. And again, I personally just like I like nice things, but a $55 watch can look really fucking nice. You know, like it's you know, again, to each their own, do your thing, but don't come around me talking about look at this and this how much it costs. Because I'm not gonna think highly of you because you're wearing some expensive shit. Like, right, this shit is fucking ugly. I literally have a $45 watch in my room that I would wear any day of the week over this. And then when you go to like Rolex's websites and shit, like all the Rolexes look like this. They're like the most basic plain ass watches you've ever seen. And people be like, "Oh, it's the prestige. It's a Rolex. Not many people can wear them. Not many people can brandish one of these on their wrist." Like, yeah, okay. I've been working all my life to be able to afford a Rolex to be like, look. No, thank you. That concludes today's segment of expensive bullshit that costs too much goddamn money. And also too, a lot of guys they think like, you know, they finally work themselves into a position, and then they think like having stuff like that will be right. Right? Don't that do look like a watch that I have some Spider-Man in it or some bullshit like that? That look like a watch that I had the fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fighting underneath the fucking hand, the arms of the clock type shit. Um, ugly ass watch. But yeah, dudes be having that shit on and they be thinking like women are gonna genuinely want me now. Like, no, they won't. Any woman who wants you for that is just going to use you. Other than that, if you're not you know, if women don't like you, then they're still not gonna like you. And this is I didn't share it yet. Sorry, I have to share. Facts, 25-cent gumball machine looking ass watch. That cheap ass bullshit. The only reason it costs that much is the brand. Is because people are willing to pay that much for it. Nothing more. This shit is funny because men are fucking hilarious when it comes to shit like that. No, that's a fact. That's a fact. Motherfuckers be having Rolexes, but they be living with their parents. Like, bro, what do you like? You got on this Rolex, but you don't have your own apartment. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Oh shit, here we go. Love struck internet users fooled into paying for nudes of busty AI generated woman named Claudia. And this is the Aaron. What's popping, Aaron? This is the most unsurprising shit ever in history because men are thirsty and ridiculous. I mean, think about how fucking stupid it is. You know, and if you know, if you're a woman on OnlyFans, if you making bank, do your thing. But Think about how dumb it is and unnecessary it is to pay for OnlyFans content when there's so much free pornography if you're gonna consume it. Like it'd be weirdos, it'd be the weird motherfuckers who be these women's customers, man. You know what I'm saying? The dudes who be spending all this money, where all this money come from, where they be on there like, I make 20,000 a month. Like, yeah, you make 20,000 a month from a bunch of weird motherfuckers who want to look at you smushing shit with your feet. You know what I'm saying? That's how that shit go, man. They'd be like, oh, like I'll pay $45 a minute for you to talk to me, type to me, oh, have a conversation with me, please. And then they'll be like, what do you want to see me do? Like, oh, get some cheesecake and crush it with your feet. I'll send you $200. Like, bruh, like that's the reality of this shit, man. Like, it don't be regular dudes on there. It don't be regular people consuming that. It'd be weird motherfuckers paying for that shit. But hey, if you ever in a rut, then there's a whole fucking market of weird ass men that you don't ever have to see. You know what I'm saying? You ain't ever got to see these motherfuckers. So do your thing. I don't recommend it. I'm not saying you should do that. But if you have to, hey, you see, ain't got to meet these weird motherfuckers in real life. I'm glad I could give you some inspiration. You know what I'm saying? Because again, we all come on tough times. And what you could do, you could do like fetish shit. You don't even got to show your face. You know what I'm saying? Like you could just show your feet type shit. And you can make mad bank because it's a bunch of weird motherfuckers who will pay you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to look at you fucking walk on donuts and cake and shit. Motherfuckers be weird out here, man. Love-struck Redditors were tricked by a gorgeous woman who offered to send nudes to anyone in exchange for money, but their dreams were soon shattered after they found the black-haired woman was in fact generated by AI. A user named Claudia posted scandalous images on the platform, attracting many excited men who jumped to the opportunity, with one offering to pay for the nudes and another even asking her out, claiming he makes a six-figure salary. Oh, these dudes are so creepy, man. Oh, and then it's like websites like Seeking Arrangements where basically women can just like sell themselves, basically. And it just be weird motherfuckers like that on there. And they be like, they be like, I make $200,000 a year. I'll pay you $5,000 a week to do this X, Y, and Z with me. Like, bruh, like, and it'd be weird shit. Like, but there's a market, man. Men, men. Not surprising. And like these motherfuckers really care that it's not a why do you care that it's not a real woman? Who cares? Y'all, you do this shit with women that you with fake women on what's it called on OnlyFans anyway. It's all fake. They don't know you. Damn, so you could straight make bank off of that. She was charging $100 for the pictures. You could make mad money off this shit. Man, it's gonna be mad. It's gonna be so many scammers doing this. It's gonna be so many fucking scammers, man. But hey, you got to get it how you live. But yeah, that's one of the easiest um that's like one of the easiest hustles. I mean, there's a lot of negative side effects that come with it. But one of the easiest hustles is hustling thirsty ass men. And that's the thing about being a woman too. Like men, generally speaking, will have sex with anyone. Generally speaking, especially if ain't nobody got to know. You know what I'm saying? So like women really pretty much any woman can get sex whenever they want. Not to say that they want to have sex with any person they could get it from, but like men will fuck anyone. You know what I'm saying? So like if you ever, like and now with the social media and just the internet, men are out here spending millions and millions. Yes, Johns tricks. They just a bunch of tricks and Johns. And now it's an online market for it. Oh shit. But yeah, man, these dudes, man, be out here tripping. Let's see. Hmm. Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Yes, let's go over this. Let's see. This is gonna be the last one that we go over today. These 15 questions determine if your relationship will last, according to science. So let's see what they have to say. Because again, I have not seen this yet. One, does your partner make you a better person and do you do the same for them? It's important for you and your partner to bring out the good in each other and to help each other be better at all points of life. Ah, yes, indeed. That is absolutely 100% true. Our partners or the people we date can't and shouldn't be all things for us. We need to have lives ourselves. We need to have friends. We need to be in touch with our family. It's good for us to have our own lives. But if you're going to be committed to somebody, if they don't make you better in some type of way, maybe they encourage you to be in better shape. Maybe they've encouraged you to work harder, to be more disciplined. Perhaps they've revealed things about yourself to yourself, like how you handle conflict and how you deal with stress. Like oftentimes things about ourselves are revealed when we're in intimate relationships with people. So like we can make our partners better in a lot of different ways. And one of those ways is by learning ourselves better because it's just interesting how that shit works. But yes, 100%. 100%. Now, are you and your partner both comfortable with sharing feelings, relying on each other, being close, and being able to avoid worrying about the other person leaving? If you can't fully open up to your partner, then you don't truly have an open and honest relationship. Trust is a big thing, and you need it in order to depend on each other and share all your deepest, darkest secrets. Um, and there's a huge notion too, and it really just comes from a place of hurt. But like, especially like within like the red pill community, a lot of young men watch this type of stuff and soak it in. There's this idea that like you can't be vulnerable with women whatsoever. Um, and before I get into that, just generally speaking, again, if you're going to be committed to somebody, you know, um, obviously you need to have emotional self-control. You don't want to be a crying mess all the fucking time. You don't want to cry over dumb bullshit. But like really being vulnerable with people doesn't necessarily mean being a hysterical emotional mess. I mean, oftentimes it could be better for you to wait for yourself to get yourself a little more gathered, process your emotions a bit more before you talk to somebody. A lot of people are like that, and a lot of people have trouble dealing with people who are like that. I want to talk about it now. But not everybody works that way. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know, but again, if you can't be open with someone you're committed to, then what the fuck is the point of being with them? Like, and again, like within the red pill community, there's a lot of like just not even just red pill, just men in general. Like, you can't be vulnerable to a woman because you have to show strength and you have to and shit like that. Look, here's the thing with me. Look, I, you know, I ain't slacking out here. I ain't lacking out here. You feel me? Like if you don't like me, a whole bunch of other women do already. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't got nothing to lose with by being myself with you. Fuck you gonna do to me? Besides show that you're not for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and again, what are we really talking about with vulnerability? Just things like talking about your life, like talking about, like, well, right now, like it could be maybe you're having some financial issues, like, well, that could literally simply mean talking about how it's a little frustrating looking for jobs, you're having a little trouble. Um, Stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Like it can be, or talking about like something that's bothering you or something that happened before. That type of stuff inspires and breeds connection with people. You know what I'm saying? Because again, like what are we really talking about? Are you talking about being a sobbing, crying mess, crying over nothing whatsoever? Just, well, yeah, that's unattractive to fucking anybody. I mean, but again, like strength is being able to be vulnerable because again, like it's like, I'm a vulnerable person in general, like I'm just being open and not hiding who I am, because again, you gonna like what's the worst that's gonna happen? I own myself, like and especially if you're with somebody for a long time, it won't eventually all the, you need mystery, but eventually somebody's going to know who you are. They're going to get a feel for who you are. So like it's not going to be long before a woman or anybody notices like you're you're hiding, you're not being open, you're going through something and you're just avoiding showing it. That's weakness, because you're not strong enough to be authentic. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not confident enough in yourself to just be you. You're trying to put on airs for somebody because, especially for a man, like, oh, if she sees that I'm a person, she's gonna leave me. Fuck her if she do leave you for that. The fuck she gonna leave and I'm gonna get a better woman like that. Fuck is you talking about? And the reason I say it like that is because you're not. What good are you for me in my life if you will leave me that easily? If you'll leave me that easily, then I can easily find a better woman than you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even talking about somebody who necessarily looks a certain way or anything like that, but just a better person to have in my life. You know what I'm saying? So that's 100% true. A lot of go, you have to always be strong. Like I'm incredibly vulnerable and open and stronger than people who try to put on airs like that. So that's just what it is. You feel me? Like, okay, fuck it with it. So like, oh, I can't show her. I have to like, okay, well, fuck. What are you with her for then? Fuck her. The fuck? No, that's a fact. That's a fact. The strong, yeah, yeah, that's a fact, Aaron. Number three, do you and your partner accept each other for who you are without trying to change each other? You should never allow someone to change you into something or someone you're not. Well, that's 100%. You know what I'm saying? Like, and again, that doesn't mean that people can't like work on things or improve themselves in a variety of ways. However, yeah, you have to accept who your partner is, like as a person, meaning like, like are they ambitious or are they cool with being more comfortable? Like, do they like being outdoors? Are they not outdoorsy? Like shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like there's certain things that you can't change without making somebody inauthentic. So yes, when disagreements arise, do you and your partner communicate respectfully and without contempt or negativity? This is huge. This is huge, man. And so many, I mean, this is a huge thing for men and women. It doesn't really matter. Being especially if you have if especially if you have maturity and experience, um toxicity is just unattractive. It just is. Maturity, experience, and self-esteem. If you have all three of those things, toxicity and negativity it's not something that lures you. It's not like, oh, I want this person to love me, but they don't. Like if you have self-esteem, maturity, and experience, y- that shit is it's not a thing. You're attracted to people who are also attracted to you. You know what I'm saying? So and I bring that up to say this is one of the biggest reasons that relationships end up not working out, because people can't communicate well when they're upset. Like oftentimes, and this goes back to like what we were saying before about how relationships show you a lot about yourself and what you need to deal with in yourself. Because a lot of the times, like people will end up attacking or lashing out at their partner for issues that really are their own. So like I'll use myself as an example, right? I live I got friends, family, I have a fine social life. I'm not lacking in that area. I'm in a relationship, and when I'm not in a relationship, I date around like but all that to say, I live a very solitary lifestyle. I'm from St. Louis. I moved to New Jersey. All my family's thousands of miles away. My family's small, not very connected outside of my immediate home. My closest friends live thousands of miles away. I spend a lot of time by myself. I say that to say, if I'm dealing with a woman and, like let's say I'm feeling bored or lonely because I've been in my house for days. That's not her problem. That's my problem. She doesn't need to fix the fact that I've been in the house. You see what I'm saying? She doesn't need to fix the fact that I need to make a little bit more money so that I can be out and about more. You know what I'm saying? Those are the issues. So oftentimes what happens is we'll feel general discomfort that comes from places in our lives and we'll make it the fault of the person we're with. I'm feeling lonely and you're supposed to change this. But again, like whenever I'm feeling that way, I can immediately identify like I'm not, you know what I'm saying? Like I got shit to do for me, you know what I'm saying? So again, like a lot of the time people will end up getting into arguments about shit or maybe some stuff that they've been through in the past and then I feel this way and they're not able to just come to their partner and talk about things like, hey, I think it would be more healthy if we went about things like this has been happening and if we keep going down this path it's going to cause disconnection and that's going to lead to a bunch of issues. Yes, like if you're able to communicate like that, then that's really just going to allow a relationship to thrive. But people don't be realizing that they often make their insecurities, their traumas and their problems the responsibility of their partner to fix. And again, it's not my girlfriend's problem that I live thousands of miles away from my family and friends. That's not her fault. Like it's not like fix this for me. Like, no, you know what I'm saying? So you see how that type of stuff causes problems in relationships, but people may not necessarily, like know what's going on inside of them. Number 5, do you and your partner share decision making power and influence in the relationship? Yes. If the power in the relationship is too one sided, um it's just not going to be a healthy dynamic. Like if somebody is not able to speak up or stand up in any type of way, you're not going to respect them. um you're just not. So that even if it's a relatively decent, this just won't be a very good relationship. Like it just won't, if the power imbalance is too much on either side. Uh-uh. Checking text messages. Is your partner your best friend, and are you theirs? You should be able to see your partner as not only your lover, but as a friend. Relationships rely on that strong bond to withstand the test of time, and nothing is stronger than friendship. That's very true in terms of like, do you like your partner? Do y'all get along? Do you enjoy hanging out? Is it like is your is y'all's presence comforting? Can y'all just be around each other and not say anything? That absolutely will hold a relationship together because passion ebbs and flows. You can't always rely on like the sex and the passion and the fun in the good experiences, because sometimes life gets difficult, and when people are stressed out they just simply don't have enough emotional space to be all uppity with you because they going through something. So yeah, if you don't have if you don't have a very strong friendship, and it doesn't mean that they have to be like your bestest only friend. Like obviously you should have other close friends, but 100%, if you don't have a friendship with your partner, the relationship's going to fade away, likely once one or two very stressful events occur. It's almost certainly gonna fucking fade away, because again, like if all there is the chemistry, um, when your emotions get rattled and disturbed, you're gonna start thinking about this person. You're gonna. This is how this shit goes. This is how this shit goes, right? Whenever life rattles us in some type of way. I mean, it could rattle us in so many fucking ways. I mean, just use your imagination. Health, work, all types of shit. Relationship issues, who knows? When that happens, you start to evaluate things in your life, or you can evaluate things in your life. Do I want more or less of this? Is this or that serving me properly? How am I going to move forward? And oftentimes, what happens is people will be in relationships and something will happen. And then they'll start evaluating this person, right? Like, okay, well, yeah, we have fun and that's nice and shit. But like, is this really going to go down the road? Women really do this shit. Women do this way more than men. And because women, generally speaking, process their emotions more than men do. So so when again, oftentimes men will get caught off guard because like all of a sudden the woman's just kind of like, I don't really want to talk to him or see him anymore, because they realize that I don't really have that much in common with this guy, or like it's probably not going to work out. He lives too far away, or they start getting logical about it. You know what I'm saying? And so if you're not friends with someone, like, you're kind of just going to be inclined to go on to the next thrill. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what happens. Life rattles you, and then you start, and if all you have is emotional excitement, then what's the point of keeping a motherfucker around? You're only going to keep somebody around if you've really invested in them a lot, if y'all have shared a lot between each other, if you have a strong connection. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, it's just like, what are we really talking about? Do you and your partner think more in terms of we and us rather than you and I? Yes, 100%. And this even goes into shit like communication. You know what I'm saying? Like, this isn't good for us. Like when there's communication issues in a variety of ways. Um, my bad, I was reading the text. You know, people will you, I, me, instead of we and us. And again, like in terms of, especially like if you're older, and by older I don't mean like 50s or 60s necessarily. By older I mean like late 20s and up. Basically just like more so of an adult, in like relationships, just generally are more mature than when you're in your, early 20s type shit. If you're not thinking about the relationship in terms of growth and building and growing together, then like, what are you doing? Would you and your partner trust each other with the passwords to social media and bank accounts? I mean, yeah, generally, I don't think that this is something, I don't think people should necessarily like have that kind of access. You should just trust somebody or not trust them. But yeah, I think what this is getting at is like, if you could look at this, yeah, but I don't think this is suggesting that you should have access to that, because if you that insecure about somebody, either they have broken your trust, or your anxiety is going to ruin the relationship, one of the two. Because if somebody hasn't done anything to earn your distrust, then you really don't have the right to just be all up in their shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really don't. um and as long as somebody isn't like really going out and doing anything crazy, like, why do you want to see? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna find something that you can make a problem out of that may not be a problem at all. So it's just like, being in that mindset it's not a good mindset to be in. Like, shit, I'm in a relationship, but I got women in my DMs texting me frequently, trying to hang out, trying to have sex, trying to do all types of shit, and I be turning them down. Like, does my girl need to see all those exchanges? Like, no, she know what it is. You feel me? Like, I don't need to see these things happening. You feel me? She don't need to see it, and I don't need to see it. Like, it's unnecessary. Do you and your partner have good opinions of each other without having an overinflated positive view? Hell yeah, man. A lot of people be together and they don't even like each other. Like straight up. Like people be together and don't like the person they're with, but they don't leave for a variety of reasons. Do your close friends as well as your partners think you have a great relationship that will stand the test of time? Now, it is very true. Um People very often on the outside can just see things more clear than you can. A lot of the time they can. So if everybody or a lot of people are like, I don't, our relationship is, then there's definitely something there. Everybody ain't hating on you. You know what I'm saying? If you have more bad days than good days, then your relationship is not good. Number 11. Is your relationship free of red flags like cheating, jealousy, and controlling behavior? That's another relationship killer. That's another killer. Eventually, if there's like a whole lot of jealousy and controlling behavior, um, eventually you're gonna be turned off by somebody. Like you're gonna be like, ugh, you know what I'm saying? Because it's because controlling behavior it's just insecurity. It's a complete lack of confidence and lack of self-respect. Because again, if you have to go that far, you shouldn't be with somebody. But that's what comes out. That's what people see. Like at first, especially if you're younger, at first you may see that as, oh, he's just protective. But eventually, man or woman, eventually you're gonna see the truth. And then cheating too. Like I've known women who stayed with men who used to beat their ass, but when he cheated, that's what did it. You know what I'm saying? That's what ended up doing it. When they cheated. Because yeah, like I mean, this type of behavior really destroys relationships of any kind. Because I mean, like I love my woman. I love her and I like her. And and liking somebody is very important. But again, like we have a very good relationship. But if I found out that she was like cheating on me, it would be like I would lose respect for her because it would be like whatever was going on, you couldn't communicate it to me. And yeah, especially at this point, you know what I'm saying. So it's just kind of like, eh, this type of shit. This type of shit makes people lose both respect and attraction for you. Like, oh, you out here running around cheating, keeping up with the lies. You spending all day keeping up with your bullshit ass lies. Like, I don't respect that. You know what I'm saying? Like, go do something productive with your life, or break up with me, or leave me, or go do something with your life. Fuck you out here doing. So yeah, this type of shit definitely destroys shit. Do you and your partner share the same values when it comes to politics, religion, the importance of marriage, the desire to have kids or not, and how to parent? Yeah, you definitely need to be pretty in line with the big important stuff. Otherwise, I mean, there's only there's only so much you're going to be able to connect. Are you and your partner willing to sacrifice your own needs, desires, and goals for each other without being a doormat? Yes, I mean, absolutely. I'm trying to think of a good example of like sacrifices, because I think sacrifice is like a very heavy, strong word. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Aaron, and that's how a lot of that time the shit go. Like, they be controlling and possessive. Meanwhile, they running around looking for validation, not just from other people, but validation from you because they know they doing all this shit, and you still, they feel like they have a sense of control, and that's a lot of what that should be. It just be constant search for I matter, I'm important. Um, let's see. But yeah, I think sacrifice is just a heavy word. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, what? Because again, especially like in the earlier phases of a relationship, like if y'all don't have kids, like if y'all aren't married or whatever, like mean, what do you really have to sacrifice? Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I think that's just a strong word. I mean, like, because I don't feel like I have to sacrifice. Like, what are we really sacrificing? If I want to be in a relationship, then being exclusive is something that I'm choosing because of all the benefits it comes with. So I'm not really sacrificing my ability to like run around in the streets because you see what I'm saying? I don't know. I mean, I think you should be able to mesh into each other's lives pretty smoothly without feeling like you got to change and do a whole lot of shit. Do you and your partner both have agreeable and emotionally stable personalities? Oh, this is so fucking important. This is so fucking important because man, bro, man, so many people. And again, a lot of the time, like it's in our intimate relationships, those are the people who get to us the most. And I don't necessarily mean like they like have you unstable and you pissed off, but like they're the people who see you the most. Um, so like you're more of your relationships, your more associated relationships. Um, they don't necessarily see that deep. They don't see that side of you. They're not going to see the part of you that can't handle rejection and that can't handle this and that. Because they see you in professional environments or they see you in environments where you have more of a mask on. But in intimate relationships, again, like over time, that mask, the rest of the world gets the mask, but that person knows who the fuck you are. That's why all that game shit, like eventually it's like either somebody fucks with you or they don't. You know what I'm saying? But man, so many relationships go south because people have genuine problems controlling themselves when they feel angry or insecure or upset, the assumptions that get made. And I think one of the things that relationships do is they really teach us how to be more patient. You know what I'm saying? Because assumptions destroy so many things. You could see a name pop up or you could see this and that and you can think so many things and it's only going on up here. So, yeah, if you're not an emotionally stable person, you're just likely never gonna be successful in monogamous relationships because eventually, motherfuckers just gonna get tired of dealing with you. And how can you blame them? You know what I'm saying? Like if you're somebody who's always yelling, always jealous, always accusing, always assuming, yeah, motherfucker gonna get tired of you. Like what are we talking about? Are you and your partner sexually compatible? This is beyond important. Beyond important. Whew. This is so important, especially if you are a very affectionate, touchy, physical motherfucker like me. Touch is everything to me. But fucking, oh man, if y'all don't like fucking each other, it ain't gonna work. It's just not. Like, I mean, like, and a lot of the times when you see like these like swinger relationships and like open relationships, the bottom line is motherfuckers ain't interested anymore. They're just like they're basically friends who just didn't break up and they fuck other people. And eventually they're probably gonna meet somebody else and fall in love with them. That's how that shit usually goes. But yeah, no, if you're not sexually compatible with somebody, I mean, mm, you know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna work. And especially too when it comes because women are men are a lot easier to please sexually than women. Women, I mean, it's very important for women to be good at sex too, especially if you a touchy, affectionate motherfucker. But women don't have to be that good. Women honestly don't have to be good at sex at all to make a man orgasm. You can just lay there. You know what I'm saying? But men, you gotta know what you're doing. You gotta be more into pleasing a woman. You gotta be more into the process. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that shit causes a lot of issues, man. Like most women are sexually unsatisfied. You know what I'm saying? So, and a lot of that can be solved by just giving a damn about a woman's pleasure. You know what I'm saying? But we're not talking about that today. basically all it is. Sexual compatibility is so fucking important, man. Because like a lot of what keeps passion and spark and attraction is, again, like if you're friends with your partner, you know what I'm saying? That can really help to keep attraction alive because y'all are always talking about new things together. It's not mundane. It's not like small talk. You're open with each other, talking about your life, talking about things you're going through, talking about your past, stuff like that. Um, and you're able to share fun experiences together. You go on fun ass dates. You do cool shit, and the fun dates don't got to be anything extravagant. It could just be like doing some fun shit outside, smoking weed and painting something outside next to a river or some shit, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That keeps attraction alive. So like if y'all know, but so all that to go into like sexual compatibility, like as long as you keep all these other areas in the relationship vibrant, continue to get to know each other, continue to do fun things together, stuff like that, then and continue to keep yourself, like together physically, yeah, you're not gonna get tired of fucking somebody. You know what I'm saying? Because it takes a while. Because a lot of people, especially women, like women may have to run through 10 more dicks before they find another one that really can do them right. And that's real shit, man. That's real fucking shit. So if you can please a woman sexually, like for real, if you can really please a woman sexually, and y'all got a good ass relationship, man, she ain't going nowhere for what? For what? To go be unsatisfied? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the reality. So if you have a good relationship with a woman and you be fucking, you give her regular orgasms, she ain't going nowhere. Because again, if she do, she gonna know. And I'm not even being funny. That's the fucking fact. She gonna know I'm gonna have to fuck 20 motherfuckers before I even like another motherfucker. Because women will have sex with somebody and then regret it. Like, why did I do that? Or it's a lot, man. Sex, it's a lot. And men be psyching themselves out. Like, oh, women are just out here fucking everybody, and like, no, they not. Some of them are, and maybe some of them did it for a little bit, but it don't be long before women really ain't moving like that. Because okay, so what? Like, running around getting a bunch of bad dick, fucking with a bunch of bad men. But yeah, I'm just speaking that real shit. I'm speaking that gospel. But that concludes today's stream. It was another very, very fun stream. And I'm definitely gonna be doing this tomorrow. I'm gonna have more weed. I need to go get some. I'm gonna hit my dude up now, pick some up. But yeah, tomorrow we will be streaming again. The weather is beautiful. I appreciate every single last one of you for popping up and for supporting me. And tomorrow we're gonna be streaming from a better spot. So I will see you.